All right, welcome back to Service Matters. This is a really cool interview, a great, worthwhile project that I got to speak with Barney about. You'll hear from him in just a moment, but this project is leading up to Veterans Day, which is November 11th. So we're just about a little over a month out, about 6 weeks out from Veterans Day. And it's a really cool initiative where they're looking for World War II veterans, the remaining few. I mean, we had millions, and now we are in the thousands here in California specifically. And so this is sort of a call out to all World War II veterans to make themselves known. And this organization is working to give those veterans the recognition and the medals and the honors that they deserve, that they maybe didn't get when they came home from World War II many decades ago. So without further ado, here's Barney, and I'm just really looking forward to you guys hearing about this. Tell me a little bit about your mission with Veterans Last Patrol leading up to Veterans Day in a couple months here.
Yeah, so we're really excited, Riley. I'm the program director for this project, and Veterans Last Patrol is a fantastic organization, kind of started in Greensville, South Carolina, by some incredible people there that support our veterans. You can find them on veteranslastpatrol.org. And what they primarily do is they're a veteran support group, primarily for veterans in hospice, hence the last patrol.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I'm doing here for Veterans Day is I'm the program director for this project. I research our World War II veterans. A lot of them, when they came back from World War II, came back after occupation duty, and a lot of them, the ticker tape parades, the celebrations were all over. And I learned that they didn't get their service medals. Now, my father was one of them. He served in the Marines in 1st Marine Division in World War II in the Pacific at Okinawa. He was a Marine stretcher bearer. And when he passed away, I looked up some of the guys in his unit, and they started telling me that. So it was kind of a little wrong, I want to write. And I've been doing them kind of one at a time. When we locate one, I fly all over the country, and we do a really nice honor ceremony for them. But what we're trying to do this year for Veterans Day, it's the 80-year anniversary after World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to reach out, and this is where you guys are helpful here. We're reaching out to the community, and we want to find as many World War II veterans as we can, because we're going to honor them with their service medals. And it's really important twofold. One, we want them to know they're not forgotten. They were the greatest generation that ever lived. They saved our country and our freedom from two of the most evil empires in history.
Mm-hmm.
And second thing is, when we do these service medals for them, it's not just for them. We want them to know they're going to be remembered. So these medals and these medal cases, like some of the pictures I've sent,
Yeah.
they get handed down to their kids, and hopefully down to their kids and every generation after that. So it's important that lessons passed on, because it was the greatest conflict in the history of the world. And, these guys were heroes in their family tree that helped save our freedom.
I think that's an amazing mission, and I like how you said it's not just for the veteran, it's also for the family. I mean, obviously you have a personal connection being inspired by your dad, being a veteran, and having that be the reason you got involved. What are some of the reactions that you get from both the veterans and their family members when you're able to connect them with these medals that they
Yeah.
deserve?
What a great question. A lot of the times what you see, Riley, and I was a little bit guilty of that myself, is, a lot of these veterans, they know him as grandpa and he fought in the war and all that. But when you really see what he did, when
Mhm.
you really learn what they did, I mean, these boys were, a lot of times, Riley, they were 17, 18, 19 years old, and they went overseas. And I mean, it's not just the fighting and the combat, which was horrible, but, there was atrocities they saw. And these boys left their wives, their moms, their girlfriends, their jobs, their farms. And it's just amazing the courage and the integrity that generation had. That's why I've heard that, and I truly believe they're the greatest generation that ever lived. And when we do these ceremonies, you'd be surprised how the families a lot of times are like, wow, I didn't know grandpa actually did that. He's a hero. He's not just some guy that fought in the war. And yeah, it's amazing. And we really want to pay homage to them. We want them to be recognized for what they did.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm curious about sort of, I guess, the urgency, the nature of this mission. You're looking for veterans.
Yeah,
You know, obviously, every year that passes, there are fewer veterans from World War II.
right.
Can you talk about, I mean, how important it is to find these people before they pass away?
Absolutely. So there were millions that served, as we know. At last count I saw, there's 66,000 left, and it's shrinking every day, as we know. And I'll tell you, what we're doing this year is we're interfacing with a lot of the veteran organizations here in California. We're outreaching all of California,
Mhm,
and we're going to interface with like American Legion, VFW,
mhm,
and these honor ceremonies. We're interfacing with them. Some of the vets are a little bit immobile, so I do these sometimes right in their home, and you'd be surprised. They're incredible. We invite their family, their friends. Sometimes I've done a couple of the whole neighborhood comes, and VFW will send an honor guard. There's a priest. They have a band. It's amazing. If they can, we'd like to do them at the American Legion or a vet center like that and hold it for them there and honor them there.
mhm.
But there's 77 hundred left in our proud state of California. California has the most surviving World War II veterans. So we're in a big campaign here to reach them, like you said, in times of the essence.
That's awesome. And I want to just ask you personally a little bit about the sort of satisfaction that you get and the
Yeah.
motivation that you have. I mean, this is so interesting. I mean, not only are you meeting war heroes like you said, but you're learning about their stories and you're learning more about
Yeah.
history. And I just, you know, what's this been like for you?
You know, what a great question once again. Thank you for asking. So get this. I grew up in San Francisco. So I've been blessed with some great teams, the Giants, the 49ers. This is what I compare it to. You know, I saw Joe Montana and I was at the catch. Saw Willie Mays, but you know what? Those guys, not to take anything away from them, and they're playing sport, right? These guys I've got to do these honor ceremonies for, they help save the world. I mean, they put their lives on the line. And a lot of them, as we all know, didn't come back. And anyway, I've gotten to meet and talk to Marines that hit Iwo Jima,
Mhm.
Guadalcanal. I did a ceremony last year at the French Embassy in DC, where we honored 5 Army veterans that were at Omaha Beach in Normandy, first wave. It was incredible. So I got to talk to them. And could you imagine getting to actually hear their story and what they went through is to me just incredible. I mean, they're the Spartans of the world, in our modern age.
Yeah, that is so true. It's pretty incredible when you think about it, when you read about it in
Yeah,
history books and then you put a face. Sometimes it's impersonal until we can put a face to some of these stories that we hear about, and then it really connects with us,
right.
especially the average person, you know, the average viewer. So, Barney, what's the best way for somebody who's watching this who either is a veteran or is a family member or close friend of a veteran that
Yeah.
wants to get in contact with you? What's the best way for people to reach out?
Great. So we have a special line just for this, and and I'll tell you, a lot of the seniors here we've had call, they really don't have a lot of access to internet, as we all know.
Yeah.
Now, veteranslastpatrol.org is the website. And by the way, we're always looking for volunteers to help, even just with a program in general year round. They do a great Christmas card campaign. They help with hospice, etc. But our phone number for this specific honor day on Veterans Day is 916-775-7444. So
Awesome.
once again, 916-775-7444.
Great. Awesome. Barney, thank you so much. And this is honestly such a worthwhile cause. And
Thank you.
I cover here with Fox 40 Service Matters is sort of the segment that I have, and I cover a lot of
Yeah,
military and veterans and first responders. And so I think that
awesome.
it's really wonderful what you're doing. And I'm hoping that we can get the word out on this and find you some veterans.
Yeah, Riley, thank you so much. I appreciate you stepping up here to do this with us and help us out.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much. You take care. We'll be in touch.
Thank you, Riley. Have a good
Okay.
night.
Bye-bye. A really cool organization and a very worthwhile project, as you could hear there. I think this is really amazing and really fascinating because I sort of said it to Barney in the interview, but I think it's difficult for us, especially my generation, right? Like millennials, we didn't our parents were not World War II veterans. Our grandparents were. Maybe we never met our grandparents, or maybe they passed away when we were very young. And so we don't hear these stories directly anymore. And so to be able to talk to these veterans and hear these stories directly, we haven't lived in a time of World War in the past two generations, really. So it's absolutely crucial for us to understand the sacrifices that were made and the lives that were lost and the reasons behind it. And I guess most importantly, the consequences that have flowed from that and the freedoms that we have today because of it. So an incredibly worthwhile project. If you or someone you know is a World War II veteran and you would like to get in contact, please do, because I think that it's an incredible initiative. And I definitely plan on following up with Barney to just see all the veterans that they were able to touch and see the fruition, see this project come to fruition in 6 weeks here. So we'll be checking in with him for sure.